Hey, good morning, everybody. We'll be with you in just a moment. Morning, everybody. I just sent you a chat over in the right-hand side of your screen. If you would, everybody type in the chat box. Let me know if you can hear and see me okay, please. Morning, Wayne. Good to see you. Good to hear from you, Pam. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, Jim. Ryan. Good to see you, Ryan. I haven't seen you in a while. I've been meaning to call you. Okay, so while we are waiting for the others to get logged in here, grab your coffee, sit back and relax. If you would, type in the chat box for me where you're calling in from. I'm coming to you from Weatherford, Texas. Let's hear where everybody else is coming from this morning. Go ahead and type in the chat box, please, where you're coming from, where you're at, where you live. North Fort Worth, welcome. Carrollton. Yeah, this is probably a good event for you, Wayne, not having to go any further than your office chair instead of driving to Fort Worth, from Carrollton. West Fort Worth, welcome. Okay, anybody else? All right, so Alexandria, welcome. Willow Park, you're close with me being in Weatherford. Richard, good morning. Arlington, okay. All right, so we're getting folks from all around DFW. That's great. We're going to go ahead and kick this off. I just have a couple comments before we actually get into the meeting. Please bear with me. Don't be too brutal on me on mistakes I make. This is the first live webinar that I've ever done, so I've worked hard to get to this point, and hopefully it all goes smoothly and then you enjoy what you see. However, I would like your honest feedback as well on what didn't go very well from your end, what you would like to see in the future, ways that I can improve this. So you can put all that in the chat, or also we're going to have a poll during this event. So going to ask you a few questions, and you can also reach out to me with email and stuff too. So I appreciate the feedback and trying to make this better. Good morning, Marissa. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch over and get my slide presentation brought up. I want to start off though by saying I hope everybody is staying safe and dealing with the stay-at-home orders. I know that we're staying busy, so it helps, and that's one of the things that you need to do is stay busy. Then you have others that are just the opposite, where they are gone into depression and the denial mode and they're not doing anything at all. This is a great time in the business as far as real estate investors go. It's a sad time in the world as so many people are sick and dying. And that's what, safety and health has got to be the number one priority. There's a lot of opportunity that comes with that, but we have to take care of ourselves and our families. So I hope you're doing that. I may be posting a webinar in the future to talk about some of the ways you can do that and what I'm doing. And hopefully that'll be something that you'll be interested in as well. So be watching your email. Just checking my notes here before we get started, see if there's anything else I want to cover. Please, any questions or comments during the presentation, please put them in the chat box for me so that I can answer them as time permits. If I don't get to it during the presentation, I will do my best to get you answers offline. So just bear with me on that. In the future, we may have a moderator helping us out so that we can try and answer them during the call. Okay, so without further ado, let me go ahead and get started. It is my intent right now to run the webinars very similar. It'll be a little bit different, but very, very similar to how we do our actual, physical monthly meetings. So I don't want to take away from the information and stuff. I still want to give the info to you. Some of this stuff I'm going to try, it'll be going through it pretty quick, but all of this will be in the recording. Yes, this is being recorded, so you will receive it afterwards. So hopefully if you don't catch it on the call, you'll be able to replay it and hear what you want to hear. So, okay. As I mentioned in the welcome page, grab your coffee and your water, and hopefully you got all your computer set up and configured properly. One thing I want to mention for those of you that aren't used to doing webinars is that computer is very important in getting it ready for a successful webinar. And that's what I was trying to do on the welcome page, is give you a few tips on what to do. Highly recommend that you wear a headset if you can. And that helps with the sound quality, as well as eliminates a lot of the static or interference or reverb with any external speakers. So please consider that. And then the last thing is try and turn off any kind of software that's running scans and stuff, such as virus scan and malware and updates. Those kind of things take up your bandwidth and your computer processor speed. So, okay, we already passed this. For those of you that are new, this is the West DFW REI Group, where we're a group of like-minded folks networking, brainstorming, joint venturing, partnering, sharing ideas to try and help each other do more deals. Just because we're not meeting physically doesn't mean we still can't do that. The only thing we won't be able to do physically is shake hands and talk face to face, but you can still do all this other stuff. And hopefully we're going to be able to make this work as an interim. If you like this webinar format, we may implement this for some other training and meetings in the future. So I haven't quite figured out how to use this for the lunch and learns, but we'll see if we can come up with a strategy for those on the third Thursday of every month. Okay. Having just mentioned the third Thursday, I want to make sure I mention it now to keep an eye on the group calendar. There's going to be some additional webinar training coming up. Since we can't meet physically, there's going to be some workshops that are going to be done online. So watch the calendar closely because we're going to be posting them on there in the next couple of days. I'm just giving you a heads up now. I'll mention it again later, but I just want you to be aware there's more stuff coming. Okay. Okay. A couple housekeeping notes. As I mentioned, it's first time ever webinar jam that we're calling this. That's the service we're using. For best results, turn off all your unnecessary programs, wear a headset, mention that. Please talk to me in the chat window so that I can try and answer questions. And if your screen, here's one I forgot to mention. If your screen freezes during the presentation, you're going to see a button at about the top center of your screen to reconnect. Click that reconnect button if you happen to lose your meeting and it freezes on you. Okay. 1 second. Let me check the chat here. Give me just a second, please. Got a couple folks having some trouble here. Again, bear with me with this being the first one. Okay. All right. So sponsors. This was all set up on a short notice, so I don't have the sponsors online here waiting to talk to everybody. So I'm just going to go through them all. Here's a summary of them all, but I have their individual slides here for you. And these sponsors are people you can trust. These are people that have been in the business a long time and can help you run your business smoothly, can help you make money, be more profitable, and most of all, they're the people you can trust. For those of you that are new in the business, I'm sure you've heard on the news all the scams and stuff that the Better Business Bureau reports in the news where people try and take advantage of others. They get a down payment and they never come back for the work. So you don't have to worry about that with these sponsors. So highly recommend that you use the sponsors here. August REI is your third-party servicing company. They service all your mortgage notes for your owner finance deals. So give Amy a call. You see all her info there. Again, this is going to be in the replay, but they are based out of Garland, and I've been using Amy for a long time and servicing all those notes, and they really take the burden off you as the lender in these type of deals. They do all the note collecting each month. They collect from the buyer. They pay the underlying note. They pay you that difference and that profit each month. They do the IRS tax form at the end of the year, the mortgage interest statement, and they also report to credit. So, and they also send that first notice of default to the borrower if they are in default. So, great group, folks. Call Amy. There's their website. There's their email, and let them help you. AOS Air is one of our newer sponsors. They provide heat and air conditioning services. I've had John go out and inspect and do some work for me on several houses now since they've been a sponsor. Great folks, very detailed. And there's their website, phone number, and email address. Okay, AOS Air. Robin with Bearcat Capital, I'm sorry. They do notes. They buy and sell notes. Robin will also help you sit down and structure your note that you're putting together. And that's very important if you've never done one before. If you have any ideas or intentions of being able to sell that note later, you'll want to make sure that's structured correctly to make it interesting to a buyer. So give Robin a call. She's happy to sit down with you. By the way, highly recommend that you reach out to all these sponsors and take them out to lunch or buy them coffee or something and talk about what you need, what you're doing in your business, and find out how they can help you. Let them tell you how they can help you. Okay. Burdick Insurance, Dave Burdick. Dave has been around a long time in this business, and they specialize in your real estate investment properties. Dave also does subject to deals, which a lot of insurance companies don't, and owner finance wrap notes. So reach out to Dave. He'll be happy to sit down with you and walk you through the process and talk to you about what they can offer you. Again, there's all their contact information at the bottom. Hutchins Contractors and Dusty. Dusty is our contractor, our roofing contractor of choice. They've done several homes for me already. They have been in the business a very long time, as you can see there, but they'll give you the best price that you can possibly get. By the way, with all these sponsors, be sure when you meet with them that you tell them that you're a member of the West DFW REI Group so that you get the best deal from them. So that's a very important part of this. This is part of the team, is helping each other. I scratch your back, you scratch mine, and but make sure they're aware that you're a member of the group. Okay, Longhorn Investments. I saw Ryan on the call. Welcome, Ryan. They are your hard money lender. Ryan gave an excellent presentation a couple months ago. I believe it's still on the members website, where you can use hard money to get into rental properties and then get going that way. So you get very minimal cost to get into these deals, and it's very fast. And if you reach out to Ryan, you'll be surprised at how easy and quick they can get you money for your investment properties. So there's Ryan's money right there. Ryan just said he's more than willing to talk about what they have to offer and how he can help you. So we'll go ahead. There's Ryan. Make sure you reach out to him, and he'll be happy to help you. Okay. There's his contact information there at the bottom of the slide. Thank you, Ryan. Okay, Real Estate IQ. I haven't seen Rodney on this morning, but Real Estate IQ is a great sponsor of the group. They are offering all of our members, so this applies to everyone on this call. When you become an annual member, you get 6 months free of their Deal Analyzer Suite. And that Deal Analyzer Suite is comps, deal analysis, and repair estimation tools. So be sure you keep that in mind. And when you register as a member, you're going to receive a welcome email. And in that welcome email, there's a link to get your free tool for 6 months. So there's no credit card. It's totally free for 6 months. If you joined before before this offer came up, be sure you let me know and we will send you that link. Okay? Be sure you let me know and we'll send you that link. But everyone that becomes an annual member rates 6 months of MLS comps along with the Deal Analyzer and the repair estimation tool. Okay? So be sure and reach out to us. This is a great tool. Ruth Ann, Service First Mortgage. Ruth Ann was having a little trouble on the call. I think she's back on, but I'm not sure. But Ruth Ann is a lender, and she's been with us longer than any other sponsor. And she has helped a ton of our members with financing and refinancing, especially the refinance stuff. And the other thing is that she has a lot of special programs that you would want to take advantage of, and especially if you're flipping properties. So be sure you reach out to her, take her to lunch, find out exactly what she's got going. But she has several grant programs. For example, just as an example, Fort Worth, you can get up to $14,999 for closing for the buyers, which is a huge help. So there's some qualifications required, but make sure you reach out to her and let her explain it to you. Okay, Texas Bank Mortgage. They are our sponsor for our meeting place where we physically meet at, and it's a great location. I'm sure all of you will agree to that have been there. Oscar is our representative there. They also provide our breakfast there. Unfortunately, I don't know how we provide breakfast virtually to you, so sorry about that. But they give us great support at Texas Bank Mortgage. Oscar has some different programs available for your ITIN clients, and I believe they're doing some mobile home stuff as well. So reach out to Oscar. Again, his information is here on the slide, and sit him down and talk to him about how he can help you. Martin Garcia with Simplified Title. They are our title company of choice. They are an investor-friendly title company. I have been working with Martin for several years now. There's not been a deal that he hasn't closed for me yet, and he's happy to help you as well. Oh, by the way, he's speaking to May. So I spoke to him last night, and he's still on for 2 May. We'll be doing it most likely via this webinar platform. So be sure and get registered on the group site and for the webinar jam registration. By the way, I apologize. You have 2 steps in this from now on while we're doing webinars, is that you'll register on the group. The group will send you the webinar jam link to register with. That's just the way it's going to be while we're doing these webinars. So pretty simple process though, but just remember you have 2 steps, and that second step is going to come to you in your registration confirmation email. When you register on the group calendar, you'll receive the webinar jam link in your email. So be sure you look for that. There were several people that registered on the calendar yesterday or this week, but they never registered for the webinar. So hopefully they get registered and catch up to us here in a bit. But anyhow, Martin is a great guy. You need to get on his list to go have lunch, coffee, whatever, and let him tell you how he can help you. But again, there's not been a deal yet that they haven't been able to do for me. Out of the box thinker, give you good advice. Like I said, he's going to be talking to us 2 May about foreclosures and at the courthouse step and some legal updates. Okay. Think Realty. So all of you as members of the group have the opportunity to sign up with Think Realty. It's on the web page when you go to the membership area. And when you do register, make sure you use this code WestDFW, and that will get you a free membership with Think Realty, and it will give you a bunch of different discounts, vendors and stuff. The one I'm using the most is the Home Depot Pro. It was called eBarnett. It still is an eBarnett website. Home Depot Pro, here it is. I just got my Home Depot Pro account card, so you can just go into Home Depot and use that card. You get discounts on everything you buy. They deliver for free, and they deliver to vacant houses with lock boxes. So I've been through all of that in the last 2 weeks with them, and it works just fine. And it's a big help when you don't have to drive an hour just to let somebody in the house for delivery. So that's how I use them, and I appreciate that. And it's a big cost savings as far as the products go, 15 to 20% over Home Depot. So big savings. So you need to all go sign up. It's free. Okay, next one. So there's the cards. That's what I was just telling you. Pro Purchase card, Home Depot Pro Purchase card. That's what it's called. And I just got mine in the mail. Okay, I've been using Home Depot Pro, but I just got these cards. Sponsors. Okay, we appreciate our sponsors. They help make these meetings possible. They are a big support piece for you and your business to help make your business go smoothly and profitable. So we need more sponsors, though. And basically, these are just some examples here. But if you know of anybody that would be a good fit for our group and you've done business with them, I don't want you to send me somebody you heard of that you've never done business with. I'm looking for people you do business with that you trust and that you would send your grandmother to. That's really my guiding factor is, would you send your grandmother to this sponsor and feel comfortable and be able to sleep at night? Okay. It's a big deal to me to make sure that we're dealing with people that we can trust. So these are just some examples. If you know of anyone, reach out to me or have them reach out to me or something so we can see about getting them on board as a sponsor of the group. Upcoming events. I'm glad I put this in here. So 24 to 26 April, there's going to be a tax and asset protection planning strategies for real estate investors. It's a 3-day workshop with Anderson Law Group. Anderson Law Group is the organization that put my real estate investing entities together probably 15 to 18 years ago. And I still use those today. Well, they do the entity structure, but they also teach tax strategies on how to use those entities and setting them up correctly. So watch for that announcement. It's not on the calendar. It's going to be within just a couple of days. We had a little delay because the meeting was planned to be physically in Dallas. Now it's got to be virtual. So that changes up everything we're doing as far as marketing and stuff. So watch for that. 2 May, I already mentioned, Martin Garcia with Simplified Title. 16 May, Buying Houses, Taking Over the Mortgage Workshop. I was scheduled to do this with the Dallas REI Group. I'm not sure, given the COVID-19 situation, whether or not I'm doing that or not. We may be able to do it virtually, but that gets a little harder. So just keep an eye on the calendar for it. And if you have an interest in buying houses and taking over the mortgage, subject to, this is a great workshop for you to attend. I've been teaching this for several years. I've been doing this for 20 years this year. So I highly recommend this, but there is a lot to it. And again, just keep an eye on the calendar. I'm not sure if we're doing it or not. If nothing else, it'll be delayed. So June, Joe Boston's coming to the group. I don't have a title yet. Again, this may be virtual, but I don't know. Depends on what COVID does to us. Just keep an eye on the calendar for more info on that. 11 July, note that is not the first Saturday of the month, but it's the second Saturday because of the 4th of July weekend, okay? So Equity Trust is going to be coming to us virtual or physical, not sure yet. Just keep in mind all these are up in the air if it's going to be physical or virtual. But Equity Trust is a loan servicer for IRA funds. And I've been using them for many years where you can do deals in your IRA. They're going to talk about how to do that. Also, one thing I did not put on the calendar that just came up is on the 8th of April, which is next week, they're going to be doing another webinar that's going to go on the calendar talking about how to take advantage of this situation that we have and using your IRA money to do that. So it's going to be a 2-hour live virtual workshop, and it's free. So you'll be able to attend that for free. Watch the calendar and make sure that you get registered both on the group calendar and well, there'll be a webinar link to register with. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, just so you know, but make sure you follow the steps and get registered for those as soon as possible. Okay, 25 July, we were going to be doing an all-day workshop with Equity Trust. Again, I hope that life has settled down and we'll be able to do that in person, but it's an all-day workshop. We're going to be joining forces with another local group, and that'll increase the networking opportunities for everybody. So just keep that in mind. Watch the calendar for those details. And then my buddy Connor Steinbrook, many of you probably know Connor, and he is a go-getter, hard charger, but he's coming to us on 1 August to talk about video and social media marketing and how to build your business and personal brand with video. That is an event you're not going to want to miss. So watch for that to get posted on our webpage. Okay. Okay. I'm also, just so you know, at the end of today's presentation, I'm going to make you an offer for all the non-members. I'm going to give you a special COVID-19 membership offer that's going to blow you away. And I'll tell you about it now, but you're going to get details later. It's only $90 for 12 months to be a member of this group. Now, that's almost giving it away. That's 50%. Plus, you still get bonuses by doing this offer. Okay. So what's the real cost of that $90 investment? You get 12 months of being a member for $90. You earn by attending the meetings and registering 48 hours in advance. You have a potential to earn $60 a year. And then that takes you down to the cost of only $30 a year divided by 12. Your monthly cost is $2.50. Now, where can you join a real estate investment group for $2.50, have the networking opportunities, all of the educational opportunities, all the online access, a free investor website, access to all the tools, all the sponsors? What's your career? What's your business worth? Is it worth more than $2.50? I sure hope so. And then when I see my link doesn't work in here, but on our group page, you go to the membership page and you'll see the full list of benefits. I'll try to show you that later. Okay. So here's your bonuses. For those of you that take advantage of the COVID-19 membership offer, you get a Ron LeGrand book. Ron is my hero. For those of you that don't know, that's how I got started. And I grew up in the business learning from Ron. And eventually I ended up becoming a mentor for all his Texas and Canadian students for about 5 years. So that's how important he is to me. That book was one of the things I started with. And then we got a free CD for you as well. So you get both these things when you sign up. Now, isn't this worth more than $2.50 a month in itself? So anyhow, what a great deal. So matter of fact, I should raise that offer because I'm not making any. I can't even buy Starbucks in a month for that. Anyhow, here's some services that I offer: hourly real flow consulting, mentoring, deal consulting, virtual online group mentoring. I'm working on that. Business setup and organizational consulting, and joint venture deals. You can click right here and submit those. Now, this does not work, I just noticed, in this webinar platform. So for those of you that want the presentation that's going to give you the live links to this stuff, let me know. You can put your email in the chat, let me know, and I will send the presentations to you later, okay? So just put that in the chat. Members benefits, I'll talk about that some more later. Okay, so we're going to jump on over here to my main presentation for today. So I missed my slide in here, my cue that was to switch over on the presentation. Okay, this is why we're here, right? So I'm going to send you a poll, and if you would, over on the right-hand side, I'm gonna send you a poll. Just go ahead and answer those questions real quick for me, please. Should you build a buyer's list before you find the deals or after you find the deals? There's a lot of conversation had about this question, and you know, everybody's got a different opinion on it. I want to see what your opinion is. How many say find the buyers first? How many say find the deals first? Go ahead and put your answers in the box, please. Okay, go ahead and put your answers in the box. Okay. All right, just another minute or so. Anybody else? Okay, I don't see answers coming in. Is that poll showing in your screen okay? There should have been a question and answer there right in the poll. You should have had a poll box there to put your answer in. So I see some people putting it in chat. Before, find the buyers first. Okay, it's not in the chat. Okay, so my apologies. I'm not sure what's going on with that. So we're going to skip that poll. Sorry, this is what I'm trying to do, is figure out what, you know, how this stuff works. We demoed it yesterday and it worked. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started back here in the presentation. So anyhow, I've been teaching this class for a long time, and let me just, if you don't mind, a couple of you put it in the chat box. Do you see my screen now? Say what? Guerilla buyers list building. How big is your list? Are you seeing that now? I just want to make sure everybody can see it before I start the presentation. Just a couple of you. Okay. Okay, so you can see it. Okay. All right. All right. So as I was saying, this is something I've been doing for a long time, but I put it in a presentation formally earlier this year to pitch it at one of the other local DFW REI groups. That group had a sold out room. They had the most RSVPs ever. They had over 100 RSVPs and several on the waiting list. I went to present this and I was really excited because there were so many people, and turns out they just changed all their technology that day. So nothing worked. I got to present about a third of the presentation, if that, and it just didn't flow right. So I went away with my head between my legs because I just couldn't, I wasn't excited. I was disappointed because people didn't get what they wanted. So today, though, I've been fine-tuning this thing since I put it together for them. I've been fine-tuning it for you. So I use them as guinea pigs. They don't know that, but use them as guinea pigs. And hopefully today you're going to get excited, because what I'm about to show you, in my opinion, is the largest number of ideas on ways to build the buyer's list that there is out there on the web anywhere. I've looked. You know, you might find 5 here and 20 here. I'll show you what I have here in just a minute, but I've put a lot of time into this. Hopefully you're going to see the benefit and hopefully you enjoy it. There's a lot here. So we're probably going to take a 5-minute break here before too awful long, because there's going to be a lot of content to cover. It'll be quick. Of course, you can go take a break whenever you're ready. I may have to go take a break just for a couple minutes, and then I'll be back, and then I'll get started again. So I'm just letting you know there's a lot to cover, and I'm going to be going pretty fast, okay? What are we going to cover today? What to expect, an introduction, what's the importance of the buyer's list? Should I build a buyer's list when I'm new and don't have any houses? I get that question a lot, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it here in just a minute. Some of you said before, some of you said after in the chat. So we'll talk about that. Who do you want on your buyer's list? You know, you don't want, do you want everybody, or do you want just certain people? Who are your cash buyers? We're going to talk about who specifically to target. I'm brand new. Where do I start? I get that a lot. Okay. If you're brand new in the business, then yeah, it can be mind-boggling in trying to figure out where you go start. How and where to find your cash buyers, organization, and managing your list. This is a biggie. A lot of people don't do a very good job at managing their list, and we'll talk about some ideas there. Growing your buyers list 24/7, and much, much more. What to expect in this presentation. I'm not a joker, so we'll get right down to the topic, okay? Hopefully the content's going to override my lack of jokes or poor jokes. I'm not a professional speaker, nor am I a professional PowerPoint creator, so expect to find mistakes and maybe some duplication throughout this presentation. The ideas presented here are not any kind of order, priority, or category. The list is not intended to be all-inclusive or 100% of the methods possible to build your list. However, this will be one of the most complete list of ideas any place on the planet. See there, today I have 68 free methods and 15 paid methods. And I'm positive that there's many more, but that list keeps growing. Every time I hear of a new one, try a new one, whatever, I'm adding to this list. So from my research, there isn't any place you can go to for more ideas than what's in this presentation you're receiving today. So my hat's off to you for taking advantage of it and joining us today. I've included some advanced, free, and paid strategies, basic, advanced, free, and some paid strategies here for your consideration. Who am I? My name is Tim Cook. No, I'm not the Apple CEO, so you are not getting free iPhones as part of this call. Sorry if that's what you were hoping for, okay? I joined the Marine Corps right out of high school, and thank you for the veterans on the call today for your service. Those veterans are very valuable today, especially in today's environment and what's going on, so thank you for your service. I met my wife when I was home on Christmas leave, a couple months after boot camp. We met on a blind date. We're married 5 months later, and we're just about ready to celebrate our 45th anniversary. People tell me I'm a rare bird, and we're rare birds in that you don't find many people married 45 years anymore. So anyhow, retired from the Marine Corps after 24 years, so I quit early. It was just good timing for me to exit out of the service and go into my second career. I took a job at Lockheed Martin, working on the F-35 for 8 years as a system engineer. And I enjoyed it out there with what I was doing. However, I was tired of working inside that 8-foot square cubicle. And I knew that, I was just tired of having multiple bosses. I had it for 24 years in the service. I had just as many as a contractor working on that F-35 program, but I was just ready to move off on my own. I started studying the real estate investing business in 2000, spending over $100,000 today and still counting on the education of this business. So I'm a big believer in being a student of the business. I'm always trying to learn new things, new strategies, new tricks. Although sometimes the old saying, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Sometimes I find that to be a little bit true today as I get a little older. Okay. I gave my resignation for that job in July of 2005 for 12 months later, for 31 July 2006. And everybody was shocked because of all my top secret clearances. Everybody kept saying, there's no way they're going to let you stay because of those clearances. Well, they did. And July of 2006 was my last day, and I've been full-time investing since. My wife kicked me out of the house in 2008 and said, go find an office. I did. Found a little office here in Weatherford. Unfortunately, I rented for many years until just about 3 years ago. I bought an office in downtown Weatherford, so we have a nice location here. If you're ever out in Weatherford, come see me. I ended up being Ron LeGrand's mentor for all his Texas and Canadian students for about 5 years. And that got to be, it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot, but that got to be the point where it was interfering with business. So I resigned from that. Still love Ron. He was just in town recently, and still love his stuff. That's why I'm offering the book and CD as part of your bonuses when you join as a member of the group. If I had to say I had a specialty, it's creative deal structuring and business organization. I use a lot of organizational strategies in my business, but I've been known for creative deal structuring for many years, subject to deals, owner finance, low to no equity. And if you think about what's happening in the world today, if this goes on too awful long, I expect that we're going to get extremely busy. And you could too, if you learn how to take advantage of those opportunities and how to spot them. So we'll be talking more about that in the future. And I launched this group, the West DFW REI Group, in November 2009. We just had our 10th anniversary this past November. And oh, by the way, I didn't put it in the list of bonuses, but for those of you that join the special offer today, you're going to get a 10th anniversary t-shirt too. Well, I really need to rethink that price. That was too cheap. I'm giving it away. So anyhow, here we go. What's the importance of building your buyer's list? I get that question a lot. It has to do with the speed of being able to sell your deals. Time is money, and time can make or break the deal, right? For those of you that are putting deals under contract, you've got a closing date, and you have to be able to find that buyer and get it to close by that deadline. So if you already have a built-in list versus no list and having to start from scratch, it can make a big difference. Okay. To a real estate investor, your list is gold. That's why a lot of investors work hard at building that list. We work at it every day. 20 years in the business, we still work hard at that list building every single day. Pam can tell you that, and my virtual assistant, Jackie, can tell you that as well. We work very hard at building that list. And quite honestly, as you will find out, for those of you that don't or just new in the business, just because somebody's on your list today don't mean they will be tomorrow. So a lot of people get in and get out just as fast, okay? Without a solid buyer's list, life could be much, much harder. You risk losing those deals if you don't have that big list. Should I build the buyer's list when I'm new and I don't have any houses? Yes, no, I don't know. I mean, everybody's got a different opinion, right? Have deals and buyers will come. That's what some people say. And in many ways, that's true. Is there a right or wrong answer? I don't think so. However, I believe that you want to do them together. I think you need to be looking for the deals at the same time you're working on building that buyer's list. Building your buyer's list every day is pretty simple. We're going to talk about why that is and how that is as we go through this. Who are your cash buyers? Doctors, lawyers, professionals, dentists, pharmaceutical, pharmacists, family, friends, church members, people with money in self-directed IRAs that are not investing it. executives, small business owners, people with money but not enough time, rehabbers, contractors, property rental property owners or landlords, wholesalers, hard money lenders, could be anyone, right? Never assume someone would not want to lend you money, or never assume they don't have the money to lend. You will be amazed if you just work on your elevator pitch and tell everybody what opportunities you have for them, and you'll be amazed at who steps up to the plate. Okay. I'm brand new. Where do I start? How do you eat the elephant? One bite at a time, right? I'm sure everybody's heard that before. One bite at a time. Unfortunately, some of my presentation here is going to be taken away. The effects are going to be taken away because I can't click these links. So I'll be working on that for the future. And again, if you want the presentation, be sure you email us and let us know. So I'm going to go through here, and again, not in any kind of priority. These are as the thoughts come to me. I put them down here. So we're just going to go through all this stuff as I've got them written. Create a Google My Business page and drive buyers and sellers to it. You want a buyer's website that has a capture or squeeze page, and most websites do nowadays. I'm sure if you're not familiar with the term capture or squeeze page, I'm sure you've seen websites that tell you if you'd like more information, enter your name and email here and you get a free report. Well, then you get the free report, but then you get another series of follow-on emails. Well, that's a capture page or a squeeze page. So any websites that you have, you want to have that capture or squeeze page functionality to them. Be sure you consider the domain name carefully. For example, this is my one of my buyers list pages, tradecashforhouses.com. I thought that was pretty ingenious. We get a lot of traffic on that site. People get a free report, and they get an autoresponder series of emails. It's like 8 or 10 emails that spread out over time with tips and tricks and so forth about the business. So that's the kind of stuff you want to do. You want to think about that domain name, though, because you want it to be, everybody's got a different opinion, but you want it to have some applicability to the market that you're in. So you could say DFW Cash for Houses. Okay. So you want to pick that domain name carefully. Cash Buyers DFW, something like that. Okay. Trade Cash for Houses. My other one is allwholesaleproperties.com. Okay. But if you went and just said ABC Buyers, that probably isn't the best domain name that you could pick. If you need some help with that, let me know. Must have a call to action to join your list. Any kind of marketing website that you have, you want to have that call to action. Join now, receive your free report. Okay. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about when I'm talking about call to action. You want to then drive traffic to it. Once you have that website set up, you want to drive traffic to it. You want to be doing search engine optimization, whether you learn how to do that yourself or you hire someone to do it or you have your virtual assistant do it. SEO is a tough thing in today's competitive world, but it can be done. And you can also go do blog posts, articles. You can post ads. All those are intended to drive traffic to your webpage. Okay. You can write articles and use attention-getting subject lines. I mean, this is really important that you learn how to, there's whole classes on how to write an attention-getting subject line. And you want to use have those articles be 400 to 600 words. There are services out there like Easy Article and Ezine articles that will do it for you and do it very professionally. Write blog articles. If you don't do a blog today, you might consider doing that. And in that blog, you want to have a buyer's page sign-up link. Again, have that call to action. Offer something free. People like free, but offer a free report or free consultation or something like that, a free form that to encourage them to go sign up. Okay. Press releases. You can write a press release having launched your new buyers list webpage. Okay. That takes a little bit of work, but there's services out there for that as well. Offer free reports to your buyers that join your list. Get a system that has an autoresponder to it. There's a ton of autoresponder services out there today. Most of them are not built for you. I choose to use RealFlow. It has an autoresponder system built into it. The autoresponders, the content, in other words, is written for you, and you can go in and edit it and make it your own. So, but that autoresponder allows you to reach out and touch and communicate with those buyers on a periodic basis. And you want to have an autoresponder system that works for all types of buyers. You know, landlords, wholesalers, rehabbers, owner finance, commercial, you want to have that. Okay. So are you ready for this? We got a lot to cover here. How and where to find your cash buyers for free. 68 ways. So I'm going to go through this fairly quick, I think. I'm going to try anyhow. I don't know how quick it's going to be, but I'm going to go as fast as I can. Yes, please ask questions. I will try to answer them. But again, I will make sure that I get you your report, your presentations afterwards. So here we go. Social bookmarking, Dig, Reddit, Delicious. Those are all ways to get your name out on the web so that the search engines can find you. Okay. I'm not going to go into the details on the how-to on all these things. This presentation is about ideas. Okay. Include your buyer's list website link in your email signature. That way, every email that you publish has got your buyer's sign-up page link on it. Include your buyer's list website link in any kind of forums that you communicate on. You know, there's a lot of investor forums out there that you can go communicate with, you can converse with, you can offer help and suggestions, you can go ask questions. So that's what this is about, is providing your buyer's list website link in there if it allows it. Here's my other website I was telling you about is allwholesaleproperties.com. That is a wholesale site, but it has a buyer sign up page on it. Okay. If you have, if you own a website, be sure that you have an opt-in box on it. You know, there are some of the older sites that don't have an opt-in. You need to make sure that there is an opt-in on every website that you have, whether it's a buyer or a seller. Put out bandit signs around your local area. Know your local code compliance rules, though, so that you don't get a ticket for it. Okay. But bandit signs will help you generate buyers big time. Create specific networking cash buyers business card. So I put a sample down here of one that I'm using now, just to say I buy houses cash, and then I have my buying criteria right on the card. Tarrant, Parker, Hood County only. I don't like to go anywhere else these days. I'm tired of driving and getting caught in traffic and road rage and stuff. So I try to stay fairly close to home. And I'm looking for 322 and 422 up to 300,000. And I'll look in other areas, but you know, I just, it's got to be worth it. But I prefer to stay in those three counties. Doesn't matter to me about the level of repairs, whether it's a little bit or a lot. But I've been doing flips for several years now. And then put your name, phone number, and email. So, you know, this not only tells you what I need, but it also has my website, and hopefully they will come join my list as well. Okay, that makes sense to you. Post your business cards, flyers, brochures on local bulletin boards. So any place you go, have cards. If you see a bulletin board, and I know there's fewer and fewer of those today, but there are still some in grocery stores and restaurants and stuff, be prepared. Have your business card ready to put out there for everybody to see. Okay. Attend local REI groups or rental rental property owner association groups and attend those meetings. Attend local realtor networking events and classes. You can participate in those in most cases, and it's a way to meet people, shake hands, bump knuckles, bump elbows today. Make sure you're wearing a mask if you go do that today. But it's a great way to meet people and build your list. Call the title company and ask them if they have any ideas for any local players that are buying houses. You know, they see people all the time, investors all the time. They may be able to point you or put you in contact with somebody. Okay. Talk to your local home builders. You know, there might be a lot of home builders looking for somebody to talk to now with the way the market's going. So go talk to them, find out what kind of deals they have that they need to get rid of quick. And maybe you can help there. Maybe get them on your list. Maybe they're looking to buy lots. That's a big thing today, but that market may change. But go talk to them and find out what kind of opportunities you have with them. Call the for rent signs. You know, this is a biggie. This could be a real gold mine for you. If you call and talk to these renters, these landlords, you know, that may be somebody that's a tired landlord, especially in today's market, right? Could be somebody that's ready to dump the house and move on. So don't ignore those. And also in the past, a lot of the rent signs were out there because people couldn't sell. So it wasn't really that they wanted to rent. It's just they couldn't sell. So renting was the option to try and stop the bleeding. Okay. Attend foreclosure and tax foreclosure auctions and meet the people. You know, just because you go to the auction doesn't mean you have to buy. You can go there, introduce yourself, exchange business cards, see if they're looking for other buying opportunities. Think about it. The people at the auction are there, most of them are there because they have money looking to buy. There may be some like you going to network and meet buyers, but take advantage of that, okay? Call hard money lenders and see if they can help you in any way. Maybe they have somebody that's in default. Maybe they have a deal. You know, many times hard money lenders are buyers too, okay? So don't ignore that. Visit local real estate attorneys. Reach out there and connect with the attorneys and see if they know of anybody that's in trouble that could use your help. Maybe they're a buyer. A lot of attorneys buy houses. Okay. Talk to your local banks and mortgage lenders. See if they know anybody and if they have any kind of local resources that can help you. Whenever you call anyone, whenever you call anyone to inquire about a real estate listing, ask if they want to be added to your list. So if they have something for sale, you can call them and see if they're interested in buying other stuff. They had to buy it before they could sell it, so they may be a buyer that wants to be on your list, okay? Whenever a buyer calls you to inquire about one of your listings, ask if they'd like to be added to your list. Same thing, right? If they're calling you about one of your properties, if that's an investor, maybe they want to be added to your list. What if that's a renter or an owner finance buyer and this particular house they're calling you about isn't the right house? You want them on your list for any future houses, right? Pam's been working on growing our list considerably from our Own a Texas Home website because we have such a large number of owner finance buyers come to our site looking for houses. So that's a very popular way of building your owner finance list. How and where to find your cash buyers for free. Again, moving on here, call housing wanted listings in the classified ads. Okay, see if they're looking for new opportunities. Check the MLS for properties that have sold for cash in the past month. Find the owner of that property, contact them, see if they'd like to be added to your list. If they bought that house, maybe they want to buy others. Okay. Some of these things are a little bit time consuming, but there's no reason why you couldn't train an assistant, a partner, a virtual assistant to do some of this stuff for you, right? So you could create a short video about yourself and your buyer's list and the opportunities you have to offer and post it on YouTube. If you don't have a YouTube channel, I highly recommend that you go and get a YouTube channel set up. And remember, I told you that Connor is coming to teach us how to do that kind of stuff in August. So, but the YouTube channel is a big part of the business. Yes, I know some of you think that you don't want to be in front of a camera. I understand, but a video doesn't necessarily have to be you personally. There's a lot of ways to make a video, and that could be one of them, one of the purposes of doing that. So think about that. And search for real estate investors on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Find out if anyone in the area has that listed as their job title, and reach out to them. See if they're interested in joining your list. All those social platforms are very easy ways to build your list. Okay. All right. Call local building inspectors and appraisers. These a lot of times are good contacts because they know a lot of investors that are buying properties. Make connections with some of the investor sellers in your area. Leverage your network and find buyers for your properties. Okay. Talk to property management companies in your area. You know, they're not going to let you talk directly to their owners, but they many times will be willing to send a letter out to their owners, and you just have to find out how they would want to work that. Take them out to lunch, the property management company, property manager, and take them out to lunch and talk to them about it. How can you work together? With, again, the market the way it is right now, if it stays this way very long, this could be a gold mine. Okay. Join real estate investor forums and get connected with buyers in your area. You know, when I say real estate investor forums, I'm talking about things like Bigger Pockets, Connected Investors. I have a connected investors group called DFW Connected Investors. You know, it's a great place to go build your buyers list. Okay. Oh, there it is right there. Search for local groups, cities, individual investors. You know, you can do all that on these forums and make connections and chat and help each other and so forth. Check out your local builder conventions and trade shows. Go in there loaded with business cards and We Buy Houses t-shirts and your West DFW 10th anniversary t-shirt that says We Buy Houses on it. You know, go out there and meet people and shake hands, bump elbows and knuckles today. So make sure, don't go with no business cards though. Okay, I see a lot of people do that. You need that card. Okay. When someone submits a question on your website, give them that optional checkbox to voluntarily have their email address and contact information added to your list. This is another type of opt-in, but you want to make sure that's available to everyone that comes to your webpage. When prospective buyers ask questions and inquire about your property listings on sites like Zillow, eBay, LandWatch, ask them if they would like to join your buyers list. Okay. It's just another way of communicating and connecting with potential buyers. And you should be asking everyone if they'd like to be on your list. Classified ads, Craigslist, and the many other millions of other free classified ad sites. Craigslist still works, but there's so many people on it and so many scams, you got to really watch it. And it takes a lot of work. You'll find we don't post real often there anymore because there's so many people going out there and flagging stuff as inappropriate. So, you know, somebody was jealous of the competition or something and flagging all the work that you did. I just got tired of posting and having it being flagged and removed when there was really nothing wrong with the ad. So that's something you have to consider. That was with Craigslist. I'm not sure of if there's a problem with any other sites, but if you Google free classified ads sites, there's a million of them. You just have to figure out which ones you want to post on. Okay. Family and friends, be sure you let everyone know what you do. Don't be afraid to tell them, because they may have money. You may not know that, but they may have money and they may be interested in doing what you do or buying one of your properties. They may not want to do what you do, but they may want to buy an investment property here and there. So the way I look at it is, you won't know if you don't ask, or you won't know unless you tell them exactly what you're doing. Here's one that a lot of people don't think about. Go to the Better Business Bureau website, search on real estate investment companies, and watch what happens. There is a ton of real estate investment companies on the Better Business Bureau, and you can reach out to every one of them. You can reach out to every one of them. Okay? Join. Here's a big one for you. I know some of you folks are new today on the call, but this is a biggie to me. Join your local real estate investment groups and clubs and attend the meetings to network and meet buyers. Okay? That's why we're here, right? Is to meet buyers, learn how to find more buyers, and build that big list. You should consider the groups as your watering hole, so to speak, to build your list, your deals, and expand your knowledge. That's what it's all about. Okay? It's a great place to go to get smarter, meet people, work with people that you can trust, and this group is one of them. There's a bunch of them out there. Find one that fits your personality, your lifestyle, your timing, your life. Hopefully the West DFW REI Group does that for you. And if you have questions about that for the new folks, be happy to sit down and talk to you about it. Or you can talk to the other members on the call and see what they think. Okay? So please go do that. But consider joining us and coming to these meetings, whether they're virtual meetings or physical. The groups are a great place to build your list. There's people come there every month looking for deals. Okay? Meetups is another one. You can go, but here's the little trick here is you can go to the other groups and go and invite these other members through Meetup if they want to join your list. Okay? A lot of people don't think about that, but if you think about all the different Meetup groups in the Metroplex, and they're all, I'm talking about real estate investment groups. These are people involved in the real estate investment groups. Most of them want to buy houses. Some of them aren't doing that, but most of them do. So you can send a personal message to those people and see if they want to join your list. Same thing with connected investors. You want to invite those people to join your list. And if you want, create your own group. That's what I did. I started the DFW Connected Investors several years ago. I don't know how big that list is, but I have a bunch of buyers in that group. And that was the sole purpose of that group, was to create more buyers in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Okay? REI Black Book's another one, and there's others out there as well. Okay? So keep that in mind. Call and meet, build relationships with local realtors. Now, remember I said earlier that I wasn't a professional at putting this stuff together, so I mentioned realtors earlier. This is just a little bit more specific. Call, meet, and go build relationships with local realtors. This could be a biggie for you. Again, think about today's environment with the COVID-19 situation. There's still going to be people that are going to need to sell and sell fast. And I'm not so sure that the conventional realtor strategy is going to work for the people that need to sell fast. So the more realtors you know that know what you do, if you can offer quick solutions, they may be calling you. So I would be putting that on the top of your list of priorities to communicate with those folks. Incoming callers, pre-screen, and if buyers, ask if they would like to receive new buying opportunities. I think this is a very similar one to earlier. So sorry for the duplication. Hopefully it makes sense. Stolen email list. Say what? What's that? Anybody got an idea? Throw it in the chat. Tell me if you know what that means. Stolen email list. See, I want to see if anybody knows what I'm talking about. Come on now, put it in the chat. What do you think it means? Thank you, Ryan, for your dedication and wearing your West DFW REI Group shirt. I have mine here. I was going to wear it, but it was cold in the office this morning, so I didn't put it on. Sorry. Okay, nobody knows what it means? Stolen list? Nobody, huh? Okay, people steal your email list from other deals. Okay, my guess, Robin says, my guess, when someone sends an email with a bunch of email addresses, you can copy and paste. Yes, good job, Robin. So I don't know how long you've been in the business, but the longer you're in it, you'll see people that haven't figured out how to use the BCC function in your email, and they send your email address and 100 others or more out to the world. And they could be somebody you've never met before. They got your email from somewhere, but now they send it out to all these other people that you don't have a clue who they are. So you don't know if they're investors or spammers, or they go take your email and sell it to somebody else. But I have had to actually shut down email addresses because I think somebody sold my email address, and it just was nothing but spam. So yes, that is what I'm talking about, Robin. And here's the thing though. We can still use those emails, right? But what I recommend you not do is don't just add them to your list. My recommendation is go introduce yourself on an individual basis. Take each one of those emails. So if you get an email that's got 50 email addresses along with yours in it that you didn't authorize, and by the way, I get pretty irritated with these people that do this, but when they send my email to everybody. But what I do use that list for is I have a scripted response, and I go introduce myself to that person, and I ask them if they'd like to join my list. That way you're not spamming them, and you're giving them a chance to say, yes, I'm interested, here's my buying criteria, and then you can get them added to the list, or you can give them your link. Either way you want to do it. Sometimes we do the work for them and add them to the list for them to make it easier, or we give them a link to sign up. So that's how I use that. That's how I recommend you use it. I do not recommend that you just add those 50 new names to your list and start mailing them, because they're going to get irritated and you don't know who they are. So that's just me. I don't like to take advantage of those people. And to me, I just don't feel good about doing that. So send those personal invitations to them and see what happens. Okay. Hire a VA to skim ads for buyers info and post ads to, and post your ads. Okay. You can use a VA to go out, train them on how to go find those buyers ads on the web. And then you can reach out to those people and ask them if they want to join. Now, here's one that I haven't done, but I've heard this works. Search the county name and GIS, and look for the absentee owners around your property. And the absentee owners are the ones that are the people already buying houses, right? If they own, absentee owner means they own this house and they live somewhere else. I can't give you any more instruction on that than that. I've heard this works, but that might be something you want to go train up a VA on and see how it works out for you. Attend self-directed IRA meetings. What better place to go find buyers with cash, right, is self-directed IRA meetings. Now, I mentioned earlier that we have an equity trust meeting coming up. This is going to be a virtual thing at this point. But if the workshop turns into a physical workshop in July, that might be a great place to meet people with, they may be buyers or they may have cash to lend, either one. So go check it out. Go to those meetings. They hold IRA meetings all around Dallas-Fort Worth periodically. IFTT. And if you don't know what that means, it stands for if this, then that. Okay? And it's kind of, they create recipes, and to me, it's kind of mind-boggling. I don't use it. I've tried to understand it, but it connects you with different apps and stuff. A lot of people say that works if you can figure out how to use it in conjunction with Craigslist. I haven't figured it out. Search engines. Here's one that you can spend a lot of time on with the different search engines, Google, Bing, Yahoo, and Ask. They're probably the most popular ones. And search for sell your house in the city, or we buy houses in the city. And usually the first ones that are popping up in the highlighted light colors, those are paid ads. So don't click on those. Somebody's paying for those ads, and you're going to cost them money if you click on those. But going right down below those, you'll see that, and unfortunately right now I don't think I can go share screen with you to show you what I'm talking about here. But below those paid ads are the websites and stuff for all these people buying houses, selling houses, and those are great resources. Now again, this is a little time consuming because you're reaching out to individuals, but this is something you can train an assistant or a virtual assistant to go do and multiply your time, save your time, leverage your time, and let somebody else do that work. Okay. Create blog content with buyers list links and a call to action. So again, this is I see this is one I need to go clean up a little bit from language on a previous one. Write a blog content and how to build your buyers list. Now here's one that could do well for you. You could go write the specific blog here on how to build a buyers list with a sign-up link. Okay. A lot of you are using Investor Carrot websites. We are too. You can go post blogs there. We have a couple different ways we can post blogs, and this does work. Okay. Call and email landlord listings. So you can buy landlord list. We have some landlord list in RealFlow, and you can do some marketing to tired landlords. And some of these people are going to be buyers, some of them are going to be sellers. Okay. Joint venture partner agreements with other investors. Well, that could really generate some new leads for you. I'll talk some more about that in a minute. But if you don't have a deal and you joint venture with somebody else to market a property, a deal, then that's going to help you build your list. Think about that. You don't have to have, for those of you that are worried about not having a property first, you can partner with somebody that has a property. You go do the marketing and build your buyers list, and maybe you get paid from selling that house. Okay. Create a YouTube video. I had a sample here for you. Can't play it today. About joining your buyers list and provide a sign-up link. Active Rain is a real estate, I think it's a blog or article site where you can go post all kinds of things in there and help generate content, generate leads, and you can go in there and search for we buy houses type things. Those are the people you're looking for, right? Join every wholesaler's list you can find. Okay. And then talk to them about joining your list. So this is a great resource. This is another thing that your VA can do for you, is go search the web for every wholesaler out there, and they're easy to find, and go connect with them, join their list, and then reach out to them about joining your list. Section 8 landlords, great resource. Go Section 8. You can reach out to them. Section 8 landlords had to buy to start with to become a landlord. So they may very well be interested in joining your list to buy more properties. This is a great resource. Go check it out. Go connect with your eviction attorneys. Now, that's a different angle, right? But what you may have is that person being evicted, that landlord that's evicting them, they may be a tired landlord and ready to sell, or they might still want to buy more properties. So either way, you win, right? So make sure you reach out to those tired landlords. Make sure you connect with all those eviction attorneys. They may be a very good resource for you. Foreclosure and tax deed sales at the courthouse. A little bit different than the one earlier, but the tax deed sales is another thing. You can go find out if those people are interested in buying more deals and wanting to join your list. Review the weekly classified newspapers. A lot of people ignore newspaper nowadays. I periodically pick one up and see what's happening. Sometimes there's no investor ads in them. Other times there's several. So this is going to be a trial and error kind of thing. We're still in the free category here. I think we're almost done with the free choices, but this is one that if you wanted to do this, it would pay you. But you could go in here and look for the We Buy Houses ads and call them and see if they want to join your list. Okay. A lot of people call this old school because a lot of the young folks now like to use online stuff. So just think about that. How and where to find your cash buyers for free. We're almost done with the free stuff. Free reports. You can create ads around offering free reports with the opt-in for them to come join your list. Okay. Be the real deal, by the way. When you're talking to buyers and stuff, don't try and get all hype and excited and be something that you're not. Just be yourself. Don't try and tell them, oh yeah, you've got 50 properties a month. How many of you hear that frequently? Yeah, we move 50 properties a month. Well, we buy, 50 properties a month. Don't do that. Just be real. Talk about what you can do, who you are, what you can do, what you have done, but don't BS them and don't inflate it. Okay. Call all the bandit signs. Okay. Now, when I say all, I mean all of them. I'm talking about both the ones advertising to sell a house and the ones that also say we buy houses. Okay. We want to call them all because that person is probably a buyer if they're active in the business. So you want to call all of them. They're readily available, right? Everywhere you go. These are just some examples, but everywhere I go, I see another sign somewhere. Just keep in mind that, those people may be running the risk of getting code violation, but they do work. So you just have to decide if you want to do it for yourself. But nonetheless, you can still call every one of them. Take a picture of it, not while you're driving. These are usually on the corners at the stop line, stoplights, stop sign and stoplight. So take a picture of them and then call them later. Visit all the vacant foreclosure properties and do two things. This is a little bit tricky here. Place your cash buyer's business card or a flyer on the front door and slip one under the front door seal as well. So you got one inside the house and possibly one on the outside. Okay. And you might even try placing a cash buyer's bandit sign in plain view of the foreclosure property. So what does that mean? So if you know there's a vacant foreclosure property, you can go up and you can use sticky notes, you can use business cards, flyer. You can slide one under the door, great, because then you know that there's one inside. If you can slide one in around the door seal, you can do that. But then go across the street and put a bandit sign about We Buy Houses across the street that's within view of that foreclosure property. So if people are going to the foreclosure property, if they're looking around at all, paying attention to the neighborhood, they're going to see that for your bandit sign, right? So a little bit of a trick, but you know, you got to get creative and try these things. If you go and make your bandit signs, make sure they're legible so that people can read the numbers on it or the website that you're sending them to. Driving neighborhoods, looking for buyers, landlords, contractors, working on houses, dumpsters in the yard, trying to capture any kind of phone numbers and stuff from all these people as you're driving through there. And then you can use tools like slide dial and, of course, vacant house deals. Okay, so you're looking for deals, but you're also looking for buyers, right? So if you come up to a house and you see that somebody's in there rehabbing it, can't you go in and see if that's the buyer that's in there working on the house? That may be the person that's there. It may not be, but they may be able to give you the owner's name, the investor's name. So, you know, these are all signs that you're looking for. You're looking for that buyer behind that deal. There's a dumpster there. Somebody ordered that dumpster. You know, is it a homeowner? Maybe, but it could be an investor as well. Slide dial. If you haven't heard of slide dial, this is a cool tool because you can call people. You can call up to 5 people at once, and you can send one message to 5 numbers. And if it's a cell number you're sending it to, it'll bypass the ring and go straight to their voicemail. So if you're trying to just give them a quick message, hey, my name's Tim, I buy houses, but I'm also looking for buyers that are interested in additional houses that we have available. Are you interested in joining our buyers list? Or whatever kind of message you want to give them. And you can send it in a matter of seconds to multiple people at once. So you're leveraging your time and it's quick and easy. Okay, so that's what that's all about. Join and attend non-real estate groups such as your Chamber of Commerce, Rotary groups, and B&I groups. There could be a huge opportunity there to meet potential buyers in that group. Even though it's not a real estate investment group, that doesn't mean there's not a landlord in that group. It could also be a contractor, could also be a lender in those groups, not just a buyer, okay? Join local REIA groups, such as the West DFW REI Group, and start attending these meetings as often as possible. Again, I mentioned this earlier, just a little bit different wording. These are watering holes. It's a great opportunity for you to network and meet folks and learn more about the business. And just a fantastic opportunity for you to grow your list if you're doing it right. Don't come to the meeting and stand in the corner and drink coffee. Now you can do that, but you're not building your list. You're not building your network. And you know, that's so important in this business. Okay. If you're really energetic, go start your own real estate investment group. Now, before you run out and do that, I can tell you after 10 years of this group, it's a lot of work, folks. It's a lot of work, but it's another opportunity for you to build your buyers list. So I have, because I own this group, I have access to a lot of buyers in addition to my regular buyers list. And that's one of the benefits of having the group. Okay. A lot of benefits in having a group, but I will tell you it's a lot of work. Who better to talk to than someone that deals with people every day regarding money? Your CPA. You know, CPA knows a lot of landlords, and those landlords may be looking for opportunities. And if you sit down and talk to your CPA about how you can help some of his folks, and if he would keep you posted or keep them posted about you being willing to buy when things get tough or they're just ready to be done with it, you know, that CPA could be a good contact for you. So think about that and go take your CPA out for lunch. By the way, we could use, even though I have a very good CPA that does my taxes, he's not a sponsor of the group. We could use a really good CPA, investor-friendly CPA as a sponsor in the group if anybody knows anyone, okay? Tell everyone what you do and be sure you take care of those who take care of you, okay? I can't say that enough. If they're scratching your back, make sure you scratch their back. But people won't know what you do unless you tell them, okay? That's why, you know, wearing your shirt, thank you, Ryan, you know, the members, that's one reason why I wanted to make the shirts for the 10th anniversary is We Buy Houses, got the group logo on it and stuff. It's got all of our sponsors on it. Thank you very much, sponsors, if you're on the call. But it's very important to tell people what you do, okay? Very important. Okay, here we go. Starting with the paid type strategies. Facebook advertising. I have only done that a couple of times without great success. So don't know yet if it was just doing it wrong or what, but finding sellers on Facebook has not worked for me. I have no problem at all finding buyers or renters using Facebook without paying for ads. So, but I have had trouble with using Facebook ads for sellers. Has anybody on the call, if you would pop in the chat there, anybody on the call had any good luck with Facebook ads for finding sellers? Anyone? Okay, Google AdWords. You can do advertising with keywords like land for sale and land investment, sell my house fast, that kind of thing. I am not a AdWords person. I have not done, well, I did it many years ago. I believe in organic SEO, so that's what I do. And that works fairly decent. I have some luck on certain things more so than others, but I just am not a big proponent of paying for these ads. I can't seem to get those to work very well. Use services like Flyer Company and VFlyer to reach out to a bigger area, bigger connection. Those are paid services where you can create a nice, pretty flyer, and then you can buy lists to send to. So that may be another way of promoting, building your buyers list. You can also interact with other investors in the Bigger Pockets marketplace. Bigger Pockets is a very large network, but I would just caution you on who you're listening to and who you're following on there to make sure that they know what they're talking about. Yeah, just be cautious there. Another paid option is seminars, attending paid real estate seminars and networking with other local attendees. You know, I've spent a lot of money on my education, and a big part of that was going to a 2 or 3 day or 5 day boot camp. And that's a huge networking opportunity. Now, I don't encourage you to pay for that just to build your buyers list, pay for it for the education, but take advantage of the networking with the local buyers and get those on your list. Don't just take the business cards and throw them in a pile. You want to find out who they are, what they do, and get them on your list. Okay? Get them on your list. Install magnets, decals, wraps. I was going to show you my truck here, but can't today. On your vehicle, you know, going back to what I said earlier about tell everybody what you do. Well, my truck tells everybody what I do. Okay. I just rewrapped the glass on the shell of the truck. Just got a little outdated and was starting to peel a little bit, but the truck is 13 years old. So it was well worth the investment to go do that. And we just recently put the Weatherford house buyer on Pamela's car So we have additional visibility here in Weatherford. Okay. RealFlow. RealFlow is a paid service. This link is intended to give you a special deal for members of the group at a huge discount, but there's a lot of benefit to RealFlow. One of them is creating Mobi text and voice message campaigns for buyers to join your list. Okay. And it's the example I have that this is real. So you can go do this. To receive hot deals as they become available, text the word buyer's list, no space, buyer's list to that phone number, 817-993-9930. You can do that right now if you'd like, and you will see the information that you get to join our buyer's list. The one tip I would give you is be sure that you check the city names of the cities that you want to buy houses in. When they prompt you with and present you the cities, be sure you check the boxes for the cities you want to receive deals in. Okay. But that's a cool tool. It's no cost to use the voice and text messaging. It's all included in the cost of RealFlow. So there's no extra cost for the text part of that tool. Okay. You can purchase a list of cash buyers for the top zip codes in the areas of interest. But again, that's a paid thing. There's a lot of list services out there today, and Real Estate IQ is one of them. So you can get lists from them as part of the MLS Deal Finder package. RealFlow, again, they have a function in there called Community Power Match. You can build your buyers list through that community power match by going out to, it connects you to over 100,000 users across the US and Canada. And if those users have buyers in your cities that have a property in, you can connect with those people and maybe do deals online where you've never met people. It's a huge, huge tool for building your buyers list. Okay, huge tool. Google AdWords and pay-per-click, Facebook ads, done right, they say will generate the leads. I just haven't personally been able to make that happen. Co-marketing agreement with other investors. I alluded to this earlier, joint venturing with, if you're a new investor, even if you're a seasoned investor. But one of the cool things about the West DFW REI Group member premium sites, not the free website that all members get, but if you do the premium upgrade, you have a co-marketing agreement built into your system. Again, this is for the premium websites only. But that co-marketing agreement allows you, let's say I have a house for sale and you are a member and I have the premium site, then you can come in and request to co-market my property, and that allows you and I to work together. It's a written document, so we have an agreement in writing that I've agreed to let you sell my house and I'm going to pay you, and then you agree that you're going to market my house, and that allows you to have a house to go market and go build your list. So it's a way of keeping you legal in today's world, because so many wholesalers today, they just say, hey, Joe, got any houses you need help with? And they say, yeah, this one. And they just go work off it verbally, which means you're breaking the law because you don't have an equitable interest in that property. And that's what this co-marketing agreement allows you to do. So if you haven't attended any of the real estate promo premium website demonstrations, then watch for those to come to your email. If you're not a member of the group today, reach out to us and we'll get you a link, an invitation to those. But it's a cool system, and it not only gives you that capability, but it gives you some really cool deal structuring tools and deal analysis tools and net sheet and stuff like that as part of that premiums website upgrade. So Anyhow, okay, so we're getting close to running out of time here, so I got to get this wrapped up. I just got a notice, since this is the first time I've used it, I just got a notice that says we have 15 minutes left or automatically terminate. So let me just continue on here. We're getting close though. Add a Take One card holder to your vehicle. I have one of those on my truck, so people come up to my truck and they see a sign that says Take One, and people take one. So it's another way. Put your cash buyer's business card in there and people will take them, and it's another way to get them on your list. Wear your We Buy Houses attire everywhere you go. Tell everybody what you do, okay? Your buyer's list won't build itself overnight, but you need to consistently stay on top of it. Again, 20 years in the business, we still work at it every day. And the more you work on it, the longer you work on it, the more massive it gets, okay? Implement text services such as call, fire, slide, broadcast. That's different than slide dial. Mobi is part of the RealFlow tool, but there's several other, probably unlimited other different types of text services that you can implement now. So that's all other paid strategies that you can be using. Organizing and managing your list. This is one thing that a lot of people don't do. They just put their buyers into an Excel spreadsheet or into their Google contacts or Outlook contacts, and then they just blast the whole world. And to me, that's not a very good way to manage your list, and it can be quite irritating if you keep receiving deals from Ohio, Colorado, Alaska, things like that you don't want, okay? So figure out a system. There's a lot of them out there. I happen to use RealFlow. It allows me to build my list by these types of buyers, and I can build it by city and state. So if you only want properties in Fort Worth, you're only going to get properties in Fort Worth. That's how detailed it is. So to me, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread as far as a real estate investor's CRM tool, but doesn't mean it's a perfect tool, but it means it has a lot of power, and I believe everybody should be using it. If you're interested in that, I can get you a link and a special offer on that will save you a tremendous amount of money. Hire an office assistant, a virtual assistant to help promote your list and classified ads and blog posts, okay? Systemize and automate your buyer's list using a CRM tool. Again, that's what I was just talking about. Here's some more of those different tools that are out there. Some of them are easier, some of them are better than others, but these are all different types of tools that have been around quite a while and pretty well known, okay? Some of them they give you some very basic capability. Others give you very detailed capability, okay? Would you like to join my buyer's list? After all this talk about buyer's list, you have several different options that you can do that. Again, because I can't click on the links, I can't demonstrate a couple of things for you, but you can go to allwholesaleproperties.com and join, or you can text the word buyer's list to this number, or you can go tradecashforhouses.com. All of those will lead you to the same place, okay? And you'll get your free report here. Again, just when you go through the Trade Cash for Houses or the text messaging, be sure that you check the box for the cities and state that you're after, and check the box whether or not you want to receive text and or voice messages of our deals. So that's the quickest way to receive the deals, is via the text messaging. They also have a voice messaging service for property listings. So when you have a deal available, so for example, we just finished a rehab down in Granbury, and I just recorded the property listing message. It's a voice message that people can dial a number and a PIN, and they'll get the information about that house. As a matter of fact, if you'd like to see how that works, so you simply text the number 6538 to this phone number. Oh, I see I got a typo here, Sorry, that should be 993-9930. See, I told you that I was going to make mistakes in this presentation. So text the number 6538 to 817-993-9930. And that will give you an example of what's available for property listing messages. You're going to hear one that's about a rental property that's available, but you can use that on any kind of wholesale deal. So go check it out and see what you think. Okay, in summary, here we go. We're just about done. Eat the elephant one bite at a time, right? So that's the only way to do this. Don't try to go accomplish all these things in one day. It's just too much. Eat it one bite at a time. Pick the things that are the easiest for you to manage. Okay? Don't try and don't just start at the top, but take the things, review the list, take the things that are easiest and you're most comfortable with, master those, then start adding them one at a time. Okay? All right. Your list is gold, right? Don't forget that. There could be a lot of money in that list. Does it do you any good to just have a name and an email? It helps, but a name and email and buying criteria is even better, right? Name, email, phone number, buying criteria is even better. What if you don't know what cities or state? I mean, does it help you to have somebody on your list that's from California? Not necessarily. Manage your list. Manage your list. So use a CRM, RealFlow, FreedomSoft, Podio, whatever, to manage that list with. Building your buyers list takes time. It's not overnight, and it's an ongoing effort. So be sure you work on that list every single day. It's easy to do with the resources that we just covered and the avenues that we just covered. And the other thing is, once you get it started, automate your list as quickly as possible so it builds itself. What do I mean by that? Get that buyers list web page set up. TradeCashForHouses.com, allwholesaleproperties.com. Those are all ways of building your buyers list. Oh, by the way, as a member of the West DFW REI Group, you have a built-in buyers list there too, because you can post your properties on your free website and it's displayed to the buyers, and the buyers receive email notices. So you, in fact, have an additional 1,000+ members on your buyers list when you become a member of the group. So that's a huge benefit in itself to join in the group. But you want to automate that list so that it works 24/7. All wholesale properties, Trade Cash for Houses, all our websites are out there 24/7. We post ads to drive traffic to them so it works 24/7. So think about that, okay? All right, so back to my comment earlier about the COVID-19 membership special offer. You see on the TV about everybody's making all these offers. People are talking about reduced rent and sales. The car dealerships are given 3 months free, 6 months free, 0 interest, that kind of thing. So I'm thinking about, what can I do for our members? I know that a lot of people are out of work, but many investors that are serious about their business are not out of business. They want to continue with their education, and I want to help you do that. So what we've done is we've put together a special offer for you, and I want to show you that special offer. It looks like it's going to give me a hard time and not display it. Can you see the blue and white striped special offer being presented on your end? Anybody? Type in the chat box, please. Is there a blue and white striped 50% off annual subscription? You see it in the chat. Okay, good. I didn't know that it showed in the chat, so thank you for that. So for those that are interested in continue with their education, you know, this is a sweet deal for you. I showed you earlier what the real price is. Costs you $2.50 a month. And I forgot to tell you about you getting the free t-shirt. So the cost of the t-shirt thrown in there, you know, I'm really not making any money. So, but you get a full list of benefits. You know, there's all kinds of stuff, free website. You get these kind of training calls. The training is all uploaded to the members area. You're going to receive this video replay, so you'll have it. So that's a huge benefit to you. There's forms that are uploaded to the website. All of the past meeting content for the last 6 months. You have access to the sponsors. You have access to me. We have special offers on the tools. The annual subscription gets the 6-month free comps, which is a sweet deal for those of you that are in the business. If you're not using MLS comps, you need to get on board with this program right now. So until the stay-at-home order is canceled, I'm offering 50% off, which means that this offer is only $90 for a year. Okay, $90 for a year. I don't know if somebody would please click on the green button and see if it takes you. It does. Okay. Oh, well, I see it's not working. Okay. So I'm going to have to go fix that, but I will, if you will just go to, I'm going to show you something else. Bear with me. Again, I'm still trying to learn this tool here. I want to do something for you here. I'm going to turn on screen share and hope this doesn't fail me. But if you go right here under the West DFW REI Group, come down here to join and scroll down right here to the COVID-19 membership. There it is right there, 90 bucks. The regular price, as you can see there, is $180, okay? So just go right there and fill that information out. It's only $90 for you to join for the next year, and you get all those bonuses. So what a sweet deal. By the way, let me share this one more time. I want to show you where to go for all the members' benefits. If you come right here again to the join button, and you can scroll right here and see all the benefits that you receive as a member. The free websites, you get the t-shirt, and Ronald Graham book and CD as a bonus. You get all the online content that's over here under my downloads. You get all this stuff. You get access to all this stuff. You get access to all the past meeting files. So here's all the things that are uploaded currently in the site that's available for you 24/7. So think about that. That is a huge opportunity for you to continue your education. And we're going to be talking more about how to take advantage of this environment that we're in. And it's just a huge opportunity. So but you got to be prepared for it. So, okay, Q&A. I'll take just a couple of questions in the chat box, and then just know that we may get cut off here shortly. So if somebody if they got an urgent question, please go ahead and put it in the chat box. If you haven't already put your email address in the chat for the presentation, please go ahead and do that. Kevin, I see your question. Do I still plan to do the Subject 2 course in the future? I will be doing it. I don't know when it's going to be for sure. As a matter of fact, I just reached out to Joe Boston today. Honestly, a lot of it's going to depend on what's going on with COVID-19. So just the thing I can tell you is just keep looking at your calendar of events so that because as soon as I know what we're doing with it, it will get posted on the calendar. Okay, just go back to www.westdfwreigroup.com and click